Good morning, guys. I am really excited because today I can finally offer you publicly available tickets for Sync Up. We actually had an amazing early bird run with our current Sync Academy, Sync Edge, and Pro Feedback members. In fact, so successful, so many people signed up to come to this event in person that I have decided I'm going to be capping the amount of in-person tickets that I'm selling for this, okay? Sorry to be a disappointment to some of you guys, but I feel like if I don't cap it, this event might get a little bit too big for me, especially on my first time throwing an in-person event. So we've actually already sold 30 tickets in our pre-sales. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cap our in-person tickets at 50. So that means there's only 20 spots left. If you want to join us in person, it'll be in Los Angeles, June 3rd and 4th at a hotel near the LAX airport. I will be announcing the venue within the next couple of weeks. That's what I'm going to basically be doing right now, is going and shopping for the venue and getting the right one. So now that I know the number of people that are going to be attending, I can go get the right venue for us. But I just want to let you know, there's not a lot of time for you that want to maybe potentially sign up and join us in person, be in the room with these music library CEOs, meet me in person, meet your fellow sync licensing producers in person. There's only 20 spots. I don't know how long those spots are going to be there. It could be gone this week, could be a couple of months. Don't really know. But what you don't want to do is just assume that you can get your ticket a week before the event and think you can show up. Probably not, okay? We do also have virtual tickets, so I'll show you guys how you can get those and what's included, what kind of benefits you get from that. There's some amazing benefits you can still get virtually if all of our in-person tickets sell out, or you just can't, travel and make it all the way to LA. I understand it can cost a lot. It can take a lot of time. So let me go ahead and get into this event really quickly, explain to you what's in it for you, why you want to consider joining, being a part of this, whether it's virtually or in person, and why this can really make a difference in your sync licensing career and why we created Sync Up, okay? So one of the main reasons why I created this event is because there's a big gap between ourselves and music library CEOs. How many of you guys have submitted to libraries and didn't even get a response? Didn't even get them clicking on your music, didn't hear back from them, or maybe you did, but it was like, hey, we love what you're doing, but just not right for us, right? You get kind of one of those canned responses. There's a lot of mystery between what we're doing, trying to create licensable music, and what library CEOs are accepting and why they're not accepting certain tracks and what makes them excited to work with particular composers. All of this mystery that's kind of in our industry. Sync Up is essentially a solution for that, okay? What I'm going to be doing is essentially bringing some of the industry's top music library CEOs. When I mean top, I don't mean, the APMs, Universals, BMGs, like the libraries that are so big and so massive that if you got your tracks in there, you would be just basically throwing a tiny little amount of music into a huge pile of tracks. I'm talking about boutique music libraries. They are smaller. They're usually run by a couple of people, sometimes just one person. And they have amazing and very strong relationships in the sync licensing world, in the TV and film market, okay? Those are the type of libraries that you get to be in the room with if you come in person, or if you get our Virtual Plus ticket, you can actually submit your music directly to each one of them if you want to, with a guarantee that they will definitely listen to your submission, okay? So that's where we're taking care of that problem of whether or not, these libraries even listen to our submissions. With a Sync Up ticket, they will. I put that in their contract as I've paid them to come and guest speak and be a part of this event. That's right. That's one of the lines in their contract I had them sign. You will listen and consider each one of the tracks that get sent to you through our submission link at the event. And I'll send all of you guys that sign up for that the private submission link. So it's nice and organized, and it'll be very clear and easy for these guys to be able to go through all the tracks very quickly and decide who they want to partner with. And if they do, your email address will go right along with your submission, so they'll reach out right directly to you. And I know many of you are going to be getting some really exciting emails, like basically 2 weeks after this event, with these libraries reaching out saying, hey, we want to offer you a contract. We want to work with you. We think you have some great stuff, okay? So obviously, number one, with this event, you're going to be able to make some connections, not only with me. I would love to meet you guys in person, but with each other. That's really the important part of this. When you create these relationships and these bonds and friendships, really, with other sync licensing producers, you'll feel much less alone, much less isolated. You'll have other people that you can now call. You can guys exchange phone numbers and email addresses and all that kind of stuff. And you can work with each other's libraries. That's a great way to get more music into the system. So if you're working with a catalog and you meet another Sync Up member, attendee that's working with a different library catalog, you guys can decide to collaborate on each other's albums and expand your network and get more music into more places. So you actually can both start getting more placements. We already have that happening actually in Sync Academy. That can happen on steroids when you're in person. You can meet people, shake their hands, look at their eyes, right? Now you're going to be discovering the latest trends with Sync Up, okay? So even if you guys can't be in the room, just streaming this event and watching our guest speakers. We're going to have music library CEOs, 3 of them, guest speaking and telling us directly what they're seeing happening in the market in 2023. What kind of music's getting placed? What are their clients looking for? How is AI affecting our industry? What kind of AI tools should we all be sort of curious about and looking into? Which AI tools are potentially a threat for us, so we need to be sort of keeping an eye on and deciding how we want to adjust our strategy when these new tools come online. AI is a pretty big, scary topic, but we're going to talk about it in a very intelligent and empowering way so that you don't have to feel overwhelmed or freaked out or dreadful about this new technology that's certainly starting to influence our industry, and it's going to be becoming more and more a part of our daily lives in the future. Okay, live feedbacks. Unfortunately, this one's gone now. We don't have any more premium spots, so I will skip that. There's no more ability to get live feedback, but this is one of the big ones you get from this event. You can actually pitch your tracks directly to these library CEOs. Now, if you get an in-person ticket, that's included with your ticket. You will get that submission link. You can submit your music to these libraries with a guarantee they'll listen. If you get the virtual plus option, you can also get this benefit. Okay, so this is for both of the virtual attendees and the in-person ones. But the virtual ones, the virtual tickets, you do have to upgrade your ticket, and I'll explain what that is in a minute. Here are the guest speakers we have confirmed as of today, but there may be more added, and this page will definitely update as we get closer and closer to the event. You guys know that I will be there. I'm excited to meet you. Mike Giannotto, he's been on my channel. You guys have probably seen him before. If not, Reverse Play is an amazing company, and I'm just going to play you the little last bit of his trailer here of his reel of the type of placements that his company Reverse Play has received.
What the hell are you guys?
So obviously that's a great company you want to be a part of. Mike is a composer, producer himself. Later on in his career, he turned into a music library, a production company, and so he's got a sort of 360 view of this industry and how things work. He's really great to his the composers and submitting producers on his label. So you're definitely going to want to hear from Mike. He's going to talk to us about what he's seeing in terms of the opportunities coming online this year. Perry of Epic Music. If you guys are not familiar with Epic Music, this is actually the company that I did most of our sync opportunities with my syndicate program. Okay, if you guys don't remember, my syndicate program was my sort of mentorship group where I would basically give them real licensing opportunities, give them feedback on their tracks, guide them, coach them to make sure that their tracks were licensable. And if they were good enough, they would actually get into some real high quality library catalogs so they can sort of get their foot in the door, and then they're off and running. And this is that main company that I was essentially working with for, I think, 4 years, 3 or 4 years. So Epic Music is huge in sports. So MLB, NHL, NBA, you name it. Okay, any type of sports, they've got their hands on it. They've got tons of placements. They've done really great for us. They've had an amazing influence in the TV film market in terms of really serving their clients well. They've also done a lot of amazing advertising commercials and campaigns. Outback Steakhouse was actually one of the ones that we were able to secure with them a few years back. So really amazing company, a really solid dude. Perry is just a great guy. I'm excited actually to finally meet him in person for the first time. We've been just communicating via email essentially, and we had a couple of phone calls, but this is the first time that I get to meet him too. So I'm really excited to have him in the room with us. Very excited that he decided to join us. Trevor Luan, you guys have seen this guy before, right? He's been on my channel. Trevor is also one of these guys that was a producer, composer. He still produces and composes, but now he's turned into his own music library with Get It Done Music. As you can see, he's been pretty busy getting his writers and producers a lot of great placements. So I love Trevor's ability to be able to be very transparent, empathetic, and motivating to his composers and producers as well, because he obviously gets it, as he was a composer and producer for many years in this business, knows the struggle, knows how hard, how long it takes, all that kind of stuff. But with Get It Done Music, he's created an amazing platform and an amazing company that can really do well for those of you that have already, and I have many students that already actually work with him, but for those of you that want to consider maybe working with him, this would be a great event to kind of pick his brain, hear from him directly. He's going to be the one really talking to us about the AI world. He's got his finger on that. He's really following the AI stuff really closely. Troy McCubbin right here with Alloy Tracks. I'm just going to show you some of these placements right off the top, if you can see on his website. Well, there's Space Jam 2, Trial of the Chicago, The Batman, as you can see, Tom and Jerry, Soul. I mean, I don't really have to say much about these. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Maleficent, 1970, Uncut Gems. That's actually one of my favorite movies. That was an incredible movie. these are huge. These are some of the biggest in the business, okay? So I don't really have to say much. Even the newest Jurassic Park movie that just came out last year. Incredible. Just incredible work that Troy is doing. So the fact that he agreed to show up to this event, I am very, very grateful for that. And I just can't wait to meet him and pick his brain on what is it like getting these massive placements and what kind of music gets placed for them and what are the politics of it? How many people have to say yes to a particular track, getting into some of these amazing, huge opportunities that he's got his hands on. So that's going to be great. AJ Gundel. Now, AJ's been actually on my podcast here on my YouTube channel, so you guys have probably seen him before, but if not, AJ is the CEO of Future Hits. Future Hits is a music library that specifically focuses on full songs with vocals. Now, you guys, if you haven't been hearing me lately, I've been telling you vocals, vocals, vocals. 2023 is the year we all need to get wrapping our heads around the fact that we need to start including vocals in our sync licensing music. So what better person to guide us on that topic than AJ, who has these type of clients that he's been serving with his vocal music. And what's awesome about AJ's company, he called it Future Hits. The reason why he called it Future Hits is because he wants every track that he accepts into his catalog to sound like it could be a hit on the radio or, virally spreading, at least these days, online, right? So AJ's got a high threshold. He's got a high submission quality that he's looking for. And we'll be able to talk to him. He's actually going to join us virtually, but we're going to do a great Zoom session with him live Sunday morning, the second day of the event. So I'm really excited to pick his brain. And if you guys have questions about vocals, lyrics, melodies, all that good stuff, AJ is going to be the guy you want to pick his brain, okay? And last but not least, for now, there might be more, of course, is Carlos Rios of a little company you might have heard of called Universal Music. Universal Production Music is pretty much the biggest production publisher out there, production music publisher. But he's not a CEO of a library, but what he does do is he is a client manager, which means that he's in charge of making sure that his TV and film clients are very happy. So that's an important person that we need to go pick his brain on, find out what does your day look like? What are your clients looking for? You're working with this major company. What are they wanting? What makes their lives easier? What gives them headaches? What kind of music are you constantly finding that you're pitching off to them? This is a guy that's going to help us as composers and producers understand what's going to make something jump off the shelf of a library shelf rather than just sitting collecting dust because we thought the track was cool, but the clients are really not using it, okay? So Carlos will also attend virtually. He's actually down in Mexico, but he's going to be a great addition to this event as well. Now, we do have a tentative schedule right now. So again, it will be Saturday and Sunday, June 3rd and 4th. So even if you have a day job, you can get to us. You can make it if you want to. If you're doing the virtual ticket, we are recording all the videos. So even if you are in a different time zone, you can't make it live, don't worry about it. Everything will be recorded. You can watch everything anytime you'd like to, okay? So we're going to start at 9 a.m. each day. We'll do some welcomes. And then here's a really important thing for those of you that show up in person. We're going to do a lot of networking breaks, okay? And I'm going to do these as guided networking breaks where I say, I want you each to pair up right now. So I will not break you. I will not let you guys go on your own until you guys are both, you're all paired up. And I will actually give you conversation prompts, like topics that I want you guys to talk about. So for those of you that might feel a little bit, socially awkward and it can be uncomfortable being in a room with people you don't know, but you've never met before, you might not think that I'm a little shy, but I actually am very shy in many social situations. It's easy to be sort of vocal here in front of a camera by myself, but I totally get it. I totally understand it. And don't worry, you're in great hands at this event because I'm going to make sure that everybody's paired up. Everybody's got something that they can talk about, and you're going to be able to prepare what you're going to say and what you're going to talk about with these topics of conversation before we break for this event. Or for this networking break. So just know that you're in good hands. Everything's going to be taken care of. You're not going to be sitting there twiddling your thumbs, looking around, feeling awkward like at the dance with nobody to dance with, right? We're going to make sure that everybody's paired up and everybody feels good. By the end of 11 a.m. on Saturday, I can guarantee you guys, this room is going to feel so warm. It's going to feel like we've known each other for years. It's going to feel like basically a family reunion or just a really cool party that we're all just hanging out at, okay? Definitely will feel awkward when we first get in there. I'm going to feel a little uncomfortable. Everybody will feel uncomfortable, right? But I guarantee you that'll only last till the end of this first networking break, and that's done. And then we're all going to know at least 5 new people right around us, and we're all going to feel a lot more welcomed and a lot more just, that ice will have been broken very quickly, okay? We're going to have Mike Giannotto give one of our first guest speakers here in terms of the opportunities he sees. We'll do some live feedbacks with me right after the lunch break. Then we'll do some more networking, and also I need to get ready for our big panel, which will be happening Saturday, which is those music Music Library CEOs. So all of these guys, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, well, I should say 4. These 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, are all going to be in the room and able to answer our questions. So I will have a prepared list of questions that I think are important for them to answer. But more importantly, for all of you that show up in person, you guys get to ask your questions. For those of you that get the virtual ticket, there will be a live chat feature. I can't guarantee I get to all of your questions. I will try to get to a few of them, but there's going to be many of you, a lot more of you than there are in person. So I'm really going to reserve this Q&A time for those that show up in person, okay? And this is going to be a full 2-hour panel. So I extended this to make sure that we have plenty of time to ask as many questions as we want. And if you want to ask questions like, hey, I'm thinking about sending music to you, Trevor, this is what I make. Do you think I'd have a good shot with your company? You can just ask these guys these questions directly. Again, the point of this event is breaking down this confusion, breaking down the sort of wall, the uncertainty, all the mysteries that we have in this industry. Let's make sure, like with this event, that we obviously are respectful with each other, but we can really just start talking to each other directly. I think that really needs to happen a lot more in our industry, okay? We do have a VIP dinner, but that's all been sold out now, so I won't even worry about that. And then on the next day, on Sunday, we're going to have AJ join us virtually for that topic about vocals, more networking. Trevor's going to talk to us about AI. We'll do some more live. We'll actually do a Q&A session with me if you guys have any questions for me or just the chit chat. And we'll also do one of these breaks. I think 10 o'clock, we'll do this one where we can do pictures. We can hang out. I can kind of get to know you guys a little bit more intimately. So don't worry about that. We're going to have plenty of time to all hang out and have a good time. And then we'll finish up the last day with some more live feedback from me. So even if you can't get your track reviewed because obviously those tickets are sold out, you can certainly learn a lot by just listening as we go through a lot of these tracks. So these are the ticket options that are available now, okay? And again, there's only going to be 20 available of the in-person tickets, so you don't have a lot of time to get these. So do not wait if you really want to be a part of this. Okay, so obviously the first is the virtual ticket. You get to stream the whole thing right from your home. It's going to be a private YouTube stream. It'll be continuously streamed Saturday, and then we'll do a new stream on Sunday. So you can literally, again, sleep in, go take a nap, take a break, pause it, go back, scroll back. You can watch it anytime you want to. You can follow along live. You can watch literally anytime afterwards if you want to. And we will record everything and you'll get access to all those. If you want to submit your music to those library CEOs that we just talked about with a guarantee that they will listen to that and can potentially reach out back to you directly to work with you, this is that optional $49 upgrade that you can do. What you'll do is click on this button right here. Once you get to the checkout page, there's a little button you can click on to say, all right, I want to upgrade my virtual ticket. There's also a PayPal option. You can either pick the basic virtual ticket at $99 or the premium, basically the virtual plus ticket at $149. So you can certainly upgrade that if you'd like to. And that's available to make sure that you guys know these CEOs are available to you as well. You don't have to be in the room with us to get access to submit to them. And you certainly can listen and learn a lot from a lot of these Q&A panels that we're going to do with them. So you get to know them fairly intimately, right? Now here's the in-person tickets, and these are the ones that we only have 20 spots left, okay? So these will be going very quickly. It's $299 and that's it. There's no discounts. The discount window is over. We had that before. This is the price. This is what the price is going to be all the way up until the event. And when these are sold out, I will certainly make an announcement. I'll let you guys know, and that might be very quick. That might be this week. That might be, in a couple of days. I really don't know. I don't know how enthusiastic you guys are about joining us in person. But if you are thinking about joining us in person, don't think for too long, okay? Grab your ticket, because once these are gone and once these total 50 tickets are gone, it's all over, okay? I'm not going to be making more available. Premium is all sold out at this point, so we're not going to be doing any of that. So that's what we have available for you guys. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, if if there's something about this event that you still don't know after watching this video, email me, jesse@syncmymusic.com. I'll be happy to answer anything I possibly can. Of course, if you're seeing this on YouTube, just comment below with any questions you have. I'll be able to answer those questions as well. But above all, this is going to be such an amazing, exciting event. I really hope that it's so successful for you guys, for me, for our library CEOs, that we can turn it into an annual thing and we can go to different cities in the US every single year. Like, I already am thinking about potentially going to Nashville next year, okay? So, but we got to make sure that this first one runs smoothly and that everybody feels like it was definitely a worthwhile, sort of time for them and for the money that you guys are going to be putting into it. I want to make sure that you guys walk away from this event going, I feel more excited, I feel more motivated, I feel more connected, I feel more hopeful, whatever it is. I want you guys to get more out of your sync licensing careers as a result of this in-person event. So let's all make this an amazing event together. And I'm really excited to meet you guys in person. And if you have any questions, again, reach out. Can't wait to meet you guys.